What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fashion Coffee. And this is still season 3. This is about makeup. This is about hair, lashes, but we're going to take it a little bit further today. We are doing a Q&A with all of our lovely panelists and the executive producer. And I am so excited because we're giving you all the tea about beauty, okay? And listen, it's about to be hot. It's about to be hot. But before I do any of this and we get into all these great questions that I know you guys are going to have for us and we're going to also provide for yourselves, let's get into the panelists. So the first panelist I had to introduce is Miss Natalia Perez. How are you tonight, Natalia?
Hey, Chantel, I'm doing great. How are you? I love your hat and the snake skin. I have some green glitter tonight, representing Christmas.
I absolutely love it. You look popping. I can't wait until you give us, some tips about the makeup edition, okay?
Thank you, definitely.
You're welcome. You look absolutely gorgeous, per usual. The next person I have is Miss Tiffany Adams. How are you?
I am great tonight. How are you?
I'm doing good. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. Feeling great. Ready for today.
Yes, I cannot absolutely wait until you give us, the tea for today.
Yes.
Liz Meeks, how are you tonight?
I am well. How are you, Chantel? All that extra bubbly. Loving the hat, by the way.
I'm trying to get these face tips. I'm trying to get this makeup lash edition. I'm trying to get my questions answered. What's up, Nikki Wigfall?
Hey, Chantel, how you doing, girl? What's up?
I'm doing good. Are you ready for tonight?
I'm absolutely ready. I'm loving the geometric earrings that you got going on today. I love it.
Thank you. I just had to throw something together real quick. And last but not least is the boss lady herself. She is looking real cute in her sweater. What's up, Taji?
What's up, everybody? How's it going, Chantel? Everybody's looking all cute in their pretty sweaters tonight. We're doing it tonight, ladies.
Yes, listen. I'm so excited. This is sort of like what happened on the first episode of the season startup. And we all were kind of like talking about browns and nudes and just different things because obviously we were waiting for the video to load up. But it ended up being like a really good conversation. And that's what actually sparked for us tonight, everybody, to just take a deeper dive and actually give you some information, allow you guys to also throw some questions at us that may help you as well when it comes to all things about this hair, makeup, lash. If you're talking about nails, we can throw that in there too. Whatever you got, we have an answer. And hopefully we can get through everything within our time frame. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it off with the first question. And that first question is, what are the proper steps to apply makeup? So the first person I'm going to throw this to is Natalia.
Okay, so Chantel, when it comes to the proper steps to applying your makeup, I personally think that everyone has their own way of doing makeup. But I will say that according to this, this is talking about choosing a foundation color that matches your skin tone, which is really important. A lot of times us as makeup artists will swipe 3 stripes maybe onto the cheekbone, and that's a good way to match your skin tone. And, but that's actually not the first step. For me, a lot of times the first step are the brows, because the brows frame your face. And then a lot of times I actually put a primer on the eyelids, and then I will start to apply the eyeshadow. And the reason why is because if you start to apply your makeup all over your face before you apply your eyeshadow, sometimes you'll get a fall down, which means that your eyeshadow color basically starts to drop onto your face, and then you have to wipe it away. So it's almost like you're doing double work if you don't start with your eyeshadow first and then finish with your foundation. So those are usually the steps that I take. And then of course, mascara, lashes, lipstick, all those other great things, blush and contour is final. And that's usually my personal, my personal opinion in terms of the steps. But these are really great tips as far as what we're seeing on camera here. and applying makeup to the eyes, shading in the brows. You know, these are all great things that you have to do when applying makeup.
Wow. Okay. Well, first off, I think I'm good because that's what I did today. Okay. I started off with the brows. I always do, you know, the eyeshadow, and you know, I just cap it off with everything else. Liz, what about you? Do you have any like input about that as well?
I think that it depends on what you like to do. For me personally, if I'm doing more of a smoky eye, if I'm doing something that's a heavier eye look, I will typically do my brows and my eyes first because of, like Natalia said, the fallout.
Right.
You can put a little powder underneath there if you have like, you know, like translucent powder that you can dust away, that helps, especially when you're playing with darker colors. But you start with the brows, you go to the eyes, and then you build in the rest of the face. And I do that because, especially when I'm doing a smoky, that it makes it easier to create the contour. I can't create the contour if I don't know where I'm going. The eyes help you figure out where you want a little bit more shade, where you want a little bit more light.
Oh, I like these are, listen, y'all, they are getting us together with these tips, okay? And everything with makeup is all in steps. Now, that does not mean, and I would like to say that doesn't mean that everyone's going to have the same routine, but these are some guided steps to help everyone be able to apply their makeup as flawless as they possibly can. What about Tiffany or Nikki? What about you guys? I'll start with Tiffany if she has anything.
I usually start with moisturizer and a primer. And like they said, it depends on how the shadow works. Like if there's a lot of fallout, then yes. But most of the time I try, because I'm always in a rush. I never sit down and take my time, only on Wednesdays all of a sudden. Wink, wink. But
yes.
Usually I do the basics first. Like I do my brows and foundation, and I apply my blush and bronzer, and then I'll get to the eye if I have time. But if I do not have time, I do my basics: brows, blush, bronzer, and foundation, and out the door. Like yeah, I can't.
Yeah, girl.
The shadow sometimes. And as a makeup artist, you know, we lack on color. That's why I'm enjoying these Wednesday nights, because not like we lack on color, it's just that sometimes we don't have time for ourselves. Like most of our times we put more time into our clients instead of ourselves. So we'll do a basic eye, lashes, and brow and some lips, and we're out the door. So I usually start off with the basics.
Well, you look absolutely gorgeous today. I don't even think, girl, you need any eyeshadow. I feel like, you know, just throw on, you know, just a little something, everybody will be fine. But you look absolutely gorgeous. I feel like everybody looks gorgeous with or without the eyeshadow. Most times I feel like I don't even have to put on any at all. I just, like you said, it's just an easy put on some foundation. Maybe it's your powder, maybe a little highlighter, some lip gloss, or whatever the case is. Run out the door. All right. And then Nikki, what about you?
I'm sorry, I agree wholeheartedly with Tiffany. I am always in a rush, but I always take the approach of doing my foundation first, because I have, you know, adult acne. So I'm always making sure that my skin looks right. That's the thing that takes the most time for me. So that's what I do first. My brows, a little something on my eyes, out the door. It's really just about trying to make sure that my skin looks clean and even. That's where that's where I choose to start. And also, like I said, I'm always in a rush.
See, sometimes we just have those moments, okay, and it's perfectly fine, because as long as you know the basics, you cannot go wrong. Okay.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead. I do want to shout out as well our sponsor for the night, and which is a foundation for a drug-free world. So guys, like, I want to say thank you to our sponsor who is sponsoring us for tonight. Like, we could not do this without you, and we are so glad to have you on board, especially for our Q&A sessions that we're having with each and every one of these beautiful Black queens, okay? So I'm going to move on to our second question, which is, what brushes should be used when applying makeup from A to Z, meaning such as primer, concealer, foundation, brows, eyeshadow, etc. Liz, I'm going to go toss it right back to you.
Not a problem. I think that your brushes are really a personal choice. So for instance, I like to use a small fan brush for highlighter, but some people like to use a brush for highlighter. I also like to use a very small blush brush for blush as opposed to a big powder brush. I use that large, fluffy, beautiful powder blush to blend. I typically don't do my foundation with a brush. I use a blending sponge. I use the blending sponge for both my foundation and my contour, my highlight, and my setting powder. So everybody uses different tools to get what they want. I like clean, natural hair brushes for eyeshadows. And when I'm in a hurry and I'm really not doing an eyeshadow look, what I'll do is I'll take the same powder that I use for my bronzer, get a clean shadow brush and just dust it onto the top of my lid to create some dimension and keep it moving. See, look at all of those wonderful brushes. You've got stippling brushes, you've got foundation brushes. Use what feels comfortable to you because it really is about comfort at the end of the day. So if you like brushes with long handles, look for brushes with long handles. If you like brushes with short handles, focus there. If you're someone who likes to use your fingers, there is no right or wrong way to do it. And there's no brush that you must use. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it absolutely did. I feel like you are so thorough when it comes to the brushes, girl. Okay, now with me, I feel like I'm not that experienced in the brushes department. I just know that I need to use the brushes to put on the makeup, and whatever works, it gives me that smooth look. I'm good to go.
Absolutely.
But either way, brushes are the way to go for some of us, maybe not for all of us. So there's that one. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, and that is for Nikki. What advice would you give to someone that loves makeup but has a skin condition?
Oh, girl. First thing I would say for someone who has a skin condition is to consult a dermatologist, consult a professional, because you want to know what's going on with your skin. You might think it's acne and it's actually eczema. You might think that you're having a breakout because of your makeup, and really it might be something going on with your diet. So consult a professional first. Make sure that you understand what's going on with your skin. And then you're going to find out all the important information, like do you have allergies, is your skin oily, what's the reason why you're having these issues? Then what you want to do is start treating it. Use your medications as prescribed, and then also incorporate some natural things onto your skin, which will help like get rid of hyperpigmentation. I love to use tomato and honey. That's my new thing for lightening up dark spots. I love to make masks out of turmeric and honey and things of that nature, just to kind of treat your skin. And then, of course, we all have egos. We all want to feel beautiful. So while your skin is healing and treating, you need to learn how to cover up the spots and don't feel bad about it. Some people go with concealer. Some people use color correctors. Some people just go straight out into using your foundation and do it in layers so that you can cover up the spots that you want to cover. I feel like the most important thing, though, is to remember that when you're using concealers, when you're using color correctors, to stay on the area that you're actually correcting, or else you're going to create this orange, strange look that you don't want to. You always want to look like you have beautiful, clear, even skin. And like I said, I suffer from adult acne and hyperpigmentation. So I take my time to make sure I cover up all those little ugly little spots. So it always looks like my skin is perfect, but it's not. It's a lie. It's makeup.
Well, we all have our imperfections, right? But at the end of the day, like our beauty is always, it starts within us first, right? That's what's going to attract people.
Absolutely.
But the one, right? Like it always starts from inside. Like somebody can always tell you they're going to like you probably like the first 30 to 60 seconds, right? And most times we're very like conscious and we're like really hard on ourselves, right? Like we're our own worst critics. Like what you think I'm having a really bad day, but then somebody can come up to you and be like, you look absolutely bomb. You look so gorgeous. Yes. And won't be no makeup on.
Right. That's always my goal. That goal to be able to walk outside with no makeup on, that would be great. Yeah. But I'm working on it.
Right. Well, we're all in the same boat. Even Keke Palmer was even talking about that too. So it happens to all of us, everybody. All right. So the next person I have is Tiffany, and that is, what is the correct way to apply lashes? Should the mirror be downward or upright? And then what would you recommend using wig glue? Is that even a good thing to even do at all?
So when it comes to lashes, by looking down. And when I say it's not just looking down, you have to literally hold your phone, mirror, or whatever you have in your hand that you're using at the time, and put your head down and look down, and then apply your lashes on top. When it comes to a glue, I would use a lash glue on my clients. Like I said, I'm always in a rush, so I use hair glue. But I take off my lashes by using makeup remover wipes and brushing it along my lash line and waiting for my lashes to loosen up, and then I remove my lashes. So that is a great tip to learn when it comes to lash strips, is using the makeup remover wipes to loosen up the glue to remove your lash. That preserves your natural lashes, and it actually saves your lash extensions and your lash strips. As she's showing, we do not blow on our lashes because it is germs going onto the lash coming from the other person. So we do not blow on our lashes. And some people can put on their lashes like this. But usually when you do look up with your lashes, you may see the bottom of your lash line. There's a gap. And that's because you were looking up. And usually when you're looking up, you're only looking at where you're placing the lash and not, where you're putting the lash and not where you're trying to place the lash on a natural lash line. I'm trying to see. Okay, so now she's using some mascara primer. It's a primer that we put on to make our lashes stand out a little bit more, which is really, really good. It actually makes you have bolder lashes when you use a black mascara. And like I said about the glue, it's all about your preference. I do not recommend anyone using hair glue, but there are stronger lash glues that's out there. There's Duo that's out there. It may take a little longer. Duo takes a really long time. You just have to be really, really patient and let it get a little tacky, and then apply your lashes in that manner. There's also a Sassy black lash glue. It also comes in white. You could use that, which is a little stronger than a Duo, and it applies a little faster than the Duo. So that's what I usually use on my clients, which is Sassy, and it lasts all through the night. Most of my clients could wear their lashes the next day. And I also sell lashes, and I actually have them try them on before they leave. So that's a good tip.
Well, first off, I am nowhere experienced in the lash department. I know for people who use Duo, there's so many Duos, right? So which one? I think I heard, so I gotta find out if this is right. But I heard that the green one, I think it dries clear, is probably one of the best Duos to use. But what is your suggestion as a makeup artist?
As someone just starting out to wear lashes, I will start off with an adhesive that dries off clear, because a black lash glue can ruin your entire look. Because if you don't know how to put on your lashes and you apply that lash and that tip of the lash hit your eyebrow, it's over. You have to rub it off, and then sometimes you rub off your makeup. So start off with a clear adhesive and you'll be right on.
Okay. And I know they have the eyeliner ones as well, where it's just magnetic too. So there's so many things out there, guys, that you can actually try that works best for you. Everyone's not the same. No one has always the same technique, but these women that are on this panel on here today, they know what they're doing. They're very experienced, but they are giving some great gems on how we can apply our makeup and especially our lashes. Tiffany, while I'm still on you, I want to know, what are great hair protector techniques to use during the winter time?
When it comes to hair, we have to protect our hair from the cold. So I would suggest wearing a hat, or some type of hat to cover up your hair. And this is natural hair. I would try to find a protective style to wear during the winter, because the cold is not really good for our hair. We have to moisturize, use a hot oil treatment, deep condition weekly, also get trims when needed. There was one other thing. Oh, please don't walk outside with wet hair because that's how we catch a cold. So make sure your hair is dry or protected, and then you can start your day. But if you have a curly do, I would say get up a little bit earlier, wet it with some water and conditioner, use a diffuser to dry it a little bit, and then walk out. But I wouldn't go outside with wet hair.
Yes, girl. First of all, it's snowing, so I hope nobody would ever do that at this moment. But it's cold outside. We don't got time to be getting no type of, let's say, no colds, no COVID-19, no anything. And so many things that are happening out here, and we want to make sure that we all keep our immune health very, very healthy. Now, I do have a last question. And I think because we already kind of touched on the eyeshadow, if you should do it before or after. So I wanted to throw an answer or a question really to Taji. And I wanted to ask her, Taji, what are some like trends that are happening in the fashion world today where, because people are still home, like what are some ways to stay trendy even though we're in the house during the wintertime?
You talking about eyeshadow, or you talking about with as far as what we're wearing?
Like clothing, because you know, girl, that's in your department. So I want to make sure that we get, you know, we hear from you today.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I was listening in, you know, writing my tips down and everything like that as far as lashes, because you know, I really suck at lashes, by the way. So thanks, Tiffany, and everybody for putting your input with everything so far. So as far as styling, there's a lot that's trending right now for you know, fall is pretty much over. So looking into winter, I would say based on, you know, Brit Beauty, who did the glitter, of course, metallic is one thing. We do have the big chain. So think back into the 80s, 90s realm, fringe, puff sleeves. I know we're seeing a lot of that. Everybody walking around with their big old puff sleeves out, you know, like we queens, because we are. Mm-hmm. We have to be queens. We're at home sitting virtually. So if we're dressing from the waist up, you know, what better way than to just sit there looking pretty with our puff sleeves, you know? And of course, colored leather is another one. But there's a list, actually. And I think because we've been home, I think they're just smacking us with one trend after the next, after the next, after the next. But I'll just give a few right now because we could be here all night. That's how long the list is. Yeah, I would just say just stay cute. Pop of colors, do rust, chartreuse, bright reds, black, white, marigold as well. So those are the popping colors for winter.
Yeah, and whoever told you that you can't wear white after Labor Day, yes, you can. Okay, yes, white will make your black absolutely stand out. Okay, and you throw a little red pop color of a lip in there, get your whole life together. Okay. But thank you for sharing that, Taji, because as you know, we all know, even though we are in the house, like every vendor, every place that is selling merchandise and clothing, they are still making a lot of money because everybody is still staying fabulous. Even inside the house, we got Zooms. It doesn't matter if it's a conference call. It don't matter if maybe you stepped out and you just want to feel great about yourself. You know, stay up to date with the trends because trust me, they're still coming out and it doesn't matter whether we're in the house or not. Okay.
Let's say I can't wait for spring, summer 2021.
Oh, do you know something we don't know?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, we're ready. We're not gonna pressure you.
It's real cute. It's cute.
I'm excited. I can't wait. You know, especially to hear summer is when it's snowing is absolutely daunting. But let me just ask this for all the ladies too. During COVID-19 or right now during the pandemic, would you suggest getting your nails done? I'm going to post that question to everyone as we're going to start wrapping up for the night.
Oh my goodness. Let's see, I'll start. This is a very good question because as we speak, my nails are literally broken and I'm debating on whether or not to get them done because I'm thinking to myself, if I go get them done really nice, then I want to keep them up, right? But if we get another like possible shutdown, it's a little bit scary. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of thinking I might stay with the short and just file them down and paint them myself. and kind of go that way, just because I don't want to get stuck and then not be able to get them done.
Okay, listen, I hear you. I got to get mine done. I feel like Liz may be with me on this one. I cannot not have my nails done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My nails stay done. When we came out of quarantine, she was the first phone call I made. But what I will say is that I get my nails done once a month. So I still get my acrylics, but I get them once a month. During the quarantine, I soaped my tips off and I was doing the dip powder at home. So it's all about what you can do and what you feel comfortable with. A girlfriend of mine sells Color Street, and those little strips are awesome. And now they have ones that come in gel that give you like a flawless manicure. So it's all about what you like, and it's all about what makes you comfortable. I like my nails though. My nails are as much part of my personality as the rest of me. Yeah, I need them in my life.
I wholeheartedly could not agree with you more on that one, because my nails got to stay done. Tiffany, I know you're very experienced in this department as well. What would you say to that, getting your nails done while we're in this pandemic?
I agree with everyone. But I had my entire kit. I went on Amazon and ordered me a drill, a file, clippers. I have a whole set down there. I have tips. I did my nails all quarantine. So as someone that doesn't have the skill or the patience to do their own nails, I would stay with a manicure, something that you can manage. Even if you can manage your acrylics, then that's a good way to go. But if you can't manage acrylics or manage any other type of nail technique, I would say go for a short, even if it's a short acrylic, get a short set. So you don't have to worry about breaking. And I would get like the little, like she said, the sticker strips. You could put them right on your nails. You on Zoom, you need to lift your hands. Put the sticker on and keep going. Rite Aid, CVS, they all had the press-ons. Get some nail glues, press them on, and keep going. And then listen, the clip-ons and the little stamps, those are cute nowadays. They got a minimum fee. I was like, okay. So you could get away with it, but I would say or you can even find a technician that is actually doing nails during quarantine. That's up to your nail tech. But
yes,
because I had a friend she was straight the entire quarantine. She had her private time with her manicurist, and she got her nails done. So, but I wasn't that bold. I was in my house doing my own nails. So I would say stay with something that you can manage.
I love that. I know everyone. I was trying to look for nail polyforms, all this. I think I'm saying that right. I was looking for it and I could not find anything on Amazon. Everybody was literally making sure that they got their nails done. And I don't want to forget Nikki as well. So, Nikki, what would you say to it while we're wrapping up?
I ain't even gonna lie, I don't do my nails. Even before quarantine, I don't have the patience to sit in this chair my hands are always moving. So my nails are pathetic. And y'all taught me something about, what was you calling it? Color Street? I'm gonna look into that because it sounds real easy, and I'm all about easy. Because I have no patience at all for nails. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Listen, I want to just say I wholeheartedly I love the people who just wear their natural nail and they just don't have to do nothing to it. I'm the opposite. I gotta have my nails. They gotta be done completely. So, Taji, I'm going to end this question with you before we start going ahead and wrap up. Did you get your nails done during the pandemic?
Oh man, just put me on the spot. No, all natural. They grow out long, they break, and all types of stuff. So I try to keep them even.
They look good.
But I would say no. I usually get SNS, which is the color dip that Liz mentioned. But I needed to give my nails a rest because they do say, eventually all that stuff is not really good for your nails. It makes the nail bed soft and all that stuff. But I love the SNS. But during quarantine, I didn't need to get my nails done. But I did try the press-on nails, and they're cute, but they're not 100% for me because, all I got to do is pull my jeans up and one pops right off. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to put some weave glue under there so it can stay.
some tacky glue, something.
I tried crazy glue and it still comes off. I'm like, what the heck?
Use the bra tape.
Use the what?
Tape that you use to tape the bra.
But that's nice.
Double-sided tape, double-sided bra tape. Stick them on, put the nail on top. They do not move.
Liz, you know all the tricks.
Liz, one time for Liz tonight.
Wait, I have my book and my pen right here. Like, what? Okay.
Okay, I wanted to touch on something real quick that Tiffany said. She said something that is true. There are nail techs that are still doing business during this quarantine. And there was a post on my Instagram today that said, don't hate on nobody doing their business, because while they're seeing 8 clients very safely, there are people working at Home Depot and supermarkets seeing 300 clients or 300 people a day with masks on. So don't hate on those people. And I do agree with that. I just wanted to put that out there. Don't hate on people running their small businesses. That's not.
Well, speaking of that, Natalia, don't hate on all these ladies who actually spoke today and gave us definitely some tips, like the double-sided tape with the nails. Like that one, it was that one for me, because I wouldn't even have thought of that. But between the foundation, the how to apply your eyeshadow before your foundation, the hair tips, everything. Taji, even with you talking about what's to come and what's still trending while we're in the house, I think that has been absolutely amazing. And I just have to tell every panelist on here tonight, thank you, because us women need those tips, okay? So without further ado, Natalia, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Sasheen MUA Cosmetics and at Sasheen Makeup Artistry, www.sasheenmakeupartistry.com. You can shop some of these eyeshadow colors if you want to look bling bling for the winter.
Next, where can we find you, Liz?
You can find me on Instagram at the FF Life with Liz M. Or you can find me on my website at www.theFFlife.net. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yes. What about you, Tiffany?
You can find me at prestige_glam_ink on Instagram, and Tiffany Adams on Facebook, and also my website, www.prestigeglamink.com.
Yes. Nikki, what's your social media?
Black Girl Magic MUA on Instagram, and my website is blackgirlmagicmua.com.
As always, we are here to serve all y'all some Black woman magic, okay? And Taji, where can we find you?
Hi, everyone. You can find me at Chantel's Beauty Talk on Instagram. And at Chantel Utley. No, stop. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, fashion_coffee_. Everything all in one. Just go to tajidesouza.com. That's TAJIDESOUZA.com.
Make sure you follow her, y'all, because she is the one who's providing and put this whole thing together for us to get these Q&A sessions, okay? And we can't thank you enough, Taji. And as for myself, I'm your host, Chantel Utley. I can be found on my Instagram as Chantel Utley. I can be found on my business page on @Chantel's Beauty Talk. And listen, like I said before, beauty starts with inside yourself first. It reflects outwardly, and it's also about, of course, loving yourself. So I hope that you follow me, and I also hope that you visit me on chantelsbeautytalk.com. Now, I want you all to have not only a lovely evening, but you have to make sure that you watch us each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay, this is where we're getting all the juicy hot topics and seeing amazing, amazing artists that come on this show to showcase their beautiful work. And they may be at an area near you. So make sure that you follow each and every person. I have to shout out our sponsor one more time for the night, which is a foundation of a drug-free world. So thank you, and shout outs to our wonderful sponsor for the night. And we would like to ask everybody to make sure you join us right back here next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. because this is not the end. We got some more to give y'all. So make sure you check out Fashion Coffee. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Have a blessed evening, everyone.